Frustrated after his attempt to ruin the Apple Blossom Festival was stopped by Team Spidey, Gobby returned to disrupt another fair at the park. It was a tough battle for Spidey and Ghosty, but in the end, the duo did well to save the Bubble Festival. Spidey and Ghosty were helping out Miss Poppy, also known as the Bubble Lady, put on a show on stage for the people at the park. With the right wand, you can make bubbles of all shapes and sizes, like lots of small ones. Check this out, it's a mega bubble. Ghosty even helped demonstrate moving a big bubble in the air using her aircraft, the glide spinner. It's got fans on the wings. It makes my glide spinner fly, but they also blow bubbles around. Miss Poppy was about to show how to put a person inside a giant bubble when Gobby arrived on his glider, looking to wreak havoc with a new gizmo. I promise, this bubble will cause you plenty of trouble. Using a blaster, Gobby put Miss Poppy inside a bubble. Only it was much different. Gobby's blaster creates bubbles from goo, making them resistant to pricking. That left the Bubble Lady trapped inside the bubble. Give us that blaster, Gobby. You're going down. Spidey and Ghosty were unable to stop Gobby at that moment because the bubble with Miss Poppy in it started to float away. Spidey, Ghosty, help! Their quick reflexes weren't enough, however, as their webs wouldn't stick to the goo bubble. Gobby made things even worse as he bumped the bubble up and away. The two superheroes decided to split up, with Ghosty out to save Miss Poppy as Spidey chased Gobby to prevent him from causing more bubble trouble. Spidey could not catch up quickly enough though, and Gobby was able to trap more people inside his bubbles. He later also trapped a man who was just ordering food at Mr. Kilbasa's hot dog stand. Gobby then gave the bubbles a nudge and they drifted away. Dissatisfied with the trouble he has created, Gobby turned his attention to an ice cream truck. He blasted a goo bubble around the truck, sending the vehicle floating in the air. I'm floating! Spidey, help! The bubbles continued to float and rose as high as buildings, causing fright among the people trapped inside. Ghosty tried to stop the bubbles using a net, but a gust of wind caused them to drift away once more. Meanwhile, Spidey got an idea how to pop the bubbles as he was fighting Gobby. One of the bubbles bounced off a building and burst when it hit the pointy tip of a lamp post. It popped. Oh, wow! It was right on time, as Ghosty started having more trouble as the wind kept changing the bubble's direction. There's gotta be some way to stop them. There is. I just saw one pop. We just need something pointy and metal. Spidey found some flags on the side of a building and waited for the bubble containing the ice cream truck to pass. He timed his move perfectly, giving the bubble a kick towards the pointy flagpoles. It worked, and Spidey used a ramp made of web to let the truck slide back onto the road. Outraged, Gobby was determined to prevent Spidey from popping any more of his bubbles. While Spidey was unaware Gobby was behind him, the supervillain fired a bubble shot. The bubble caught Spidey, but the superhero shot a web just in time, toppling Gobby while breaking the hovercraft and bubble blaster. Meanwhile, the bubbles continued to rise and Ghosty had to use the glide spinner to chase them. Using the aircraft's fans, Ghosty pushed the bubbles to the top of the Empire State Building, which has a pointy tip. Spidey caught up with them, and Ghosty chose to free the superhero first so that he could help keep the three other people safe. Spidey quickly weaved a net to catch the three people as Ghosty popped the bubbles. With everyone back at the park for the Bubble Festival, Gobby returned to cause trouble again after fixing his bubble blaster. Unfortunately for Gobby, he tripped over a pail and dropped his blaster, which went off and fired a bubble towards him. No! Get me out of this thing!